Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. And today we are talking about a Metaboss. So what is Metaboss? It is actually pretty interesting. So in the world of blockchain games, we've spent quite a lot of time now, getting on for 2 years, trying to make games on the blockchain. And really we've, to a large extent, been copying what I would call now traditional games, non-blockchain games. We've been looking at kind of what makes an interesting game, and then we've been thinking about how can we put that on the blockchain. So we've kind of used blockchains for payment methods using cryptocurrency, or we've kind of looked at blockchains for item ownership. So we've basically made a game and you can actually own your characters in the game using NFT technology. So all well and good, I suppose, but not really set the world alight. Blockchain games are a tiny niche, a niche of a niche, really. And there's lots of interesting ones coming out this year, but they're not really doing anything very different. And whether it's a success or not, I don't know. But Metaboss is going to certainly be something pretty different, in the sense that some game designers and some game developers have sat down and thought, let's make a game that you could only make on the blockchain. So this is a very kind of radical thing, and I guess from that point of view, it doesn't even potentially seem like a game to many people. Which is why it's called Metaboss. So what is it about? So I guess if you're like me, you probably own a few NFTs. You've kind of bought a few or been gifted a few. So you basically have these NFTs sitting around on a blockchain somewhere, and you may or may not be playing the game that they're used for. But you kind of acquired them. And the idea of Metaboss is that everyone who has any NFTs can come together in some sort of kind of ad hoc grouping and do something together using those NFT characters or items in a game type way, in a meta game type way. So this is not a vast amount of information available about it at the moment, but we can kind of find a little bit out about it. So the game is a passive faction-based strategy MMO, or not like anything you've played before, to be honest. So each week during a 12-week story, so there's going to be a cycle of 12 weeks, and players participate in 2 separate phases. So Sunday through to Wednesday is recruitment for teams. There are 4 teams, effectively 4 factions, and you during the period Sunday to Wednesday, you decide what team you're going to join. Thursday through to Saturday is the showdown, where you actually kind of do something. So here we have pick a faction and your NFTs. So basically what you do is you connect your wallet into the faction, and then obviously with any blockchain wallet, anyone can kind of see what's in there. So you connect your wallets, I suppose, to a faction, and there will be some sort of kind of meta kind of calculation that will look at all your NFTs, if you've got Crypto Kitties or Gods Unchained cards or My Crypto Heroes or whatever they happen to be, and it will basically work out some sort of power structure. What's interesting about this is, of course, that I don't know if this is going to happen, but it certainly could happen that every week different NFTs could become more powerful. So you kind of think about, well, one week it might be kind of Crypto Kitties are really good to have, and one week it might be Blockchain Cuties are really good to have. So you kind of see this interesting sort of meta. That's why it's called Metaboss. So anyway, you do this. And I don't quite know what this bit is. The teams will duke it out based on aggregate player choices. I don't quite know how those choices, but basically you're going to have come in to a team. I guess it may be even a DAO, a distributed autonomous organization that people are kind of putting their NFTs kind of coming together and connecting their wallets. And then there's some sort of decision making going on. And then every Sunday, one of the 4 teams will get the rewards. Again, we don't know what the rewards are. So yeah, that's it. That's it, really. There's all this story, which is a bit, people get carried away with story. The whole point of it, to me, is the story doesn't really matter. What's interesting is it'd be impossible to do this in the non-blockchain sense, where you're taking assets from multiple games. You can imagine taking your characters from Mario and your account or your guns from Call of Duty and your cars from, I don't know, Gran Turismo, across all platforms, and bringing them all together and doing something with them. So definitely an experiment. Might be a disaster, I suppose. Be interesting to see how it can kind of create a community. I think there are those of us who are kind of in the industry are really excited about doing something like this, but probably lots of people in the industry were just like, well, I just play My Crypto Hero, so I only own My Crypto Hero NFTs. Why would I do this kind of crazy thing? So it will be interesting. I guess it kind of follows in the line of what Dapper Labs have been trying to do with things like Cheese Wizards, where they have this kind of idea of everything happens on the blockchain and it's composable and all that sort of stuff. So it's playing it along that kind of trend. So in my parlance, it's a blockchain game rather than a game using the blockchain. Or game using elements of the blockchain. So it's pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. Not quite sure when it's going to start or anything like that, but I'll put that link in so you can go to the website at least and find out more details. So anyway, that's the news of today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Blockchain Gaming World, where we do videos about news and also kind of play a lot of blockchain games and make comment on them. So if that's your thing, please do subscribe to the channel. But otherwise, thanks for watching and hope to see you again soon.